Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Sofia Khadija binti Zamani. My matrix number is 2020479664 and I am from ED2411D. I would like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to my two high school teachers, Madam Swarna and Mr. Hafizi, for sparing their time to help provide me with the information needed to complete my assignment. Before we begin, let me explain what the teaching profession in 21st century means. The teaching profession is an occupational field that is directly responsible for the formation of young minds and hearts. Teaching encourages classroom discussion and student interaction to ensure that students will learn in a positive and comfortable environment. Teachers must also always be willing to teach and to learn, because teaching profession requires you to fully devote and dedicate yourself into teaching. Much like our civilizations, education and the ways of living has also evolved greatly over time. Now, what does a 21st century teacher look like to you? Well, beyond the obvious of being tech-savvy, the 21st century teacher must also have the characteristics of being a contributor, facilitator, and even an integrator. 21st century teaching means teaching as you have always taught, but we're using today's tool and today's technology. It means utilizing everything that is important in today's world so that students will be able to live and prosper with today's way of living, and also to guide students to prepare them for the future. As you all know, we are currently in the midst of a pandemic called COVID-19. It is a newly discovered coronavirus and it spreads primarily through droplets of saliva or discharge when an infected person coughs or sneezes. So, it is extremely important for everyone to practice respiratory etiquette. For example, by coughing into a flexed elbow. Most people who are infected with COVID-19 will experience mild to moderate respiratory illness and will not require any special treatment. However, older people and those with underlying medical conditions such as diabetes or cancer will most likely develop serious illness. The best way to prevent and slow down the transmission is to be well informed about COVID-19 virus, its symptoms, and how it spreads. Protect yourself and others by constantly washing your hands or using hand sanitizers. And please, don't forget to avoid touching your face. Due to the increase in COVID-19 cases, the 2020 Malaysian government has declared a movement control order, commonly referred to as the MCO. It is a preventive measure taken by our government in response to the COVID-19 pandemic that hit our country on 18 March 2020. All schools and universities in Malaysia are under strict orders to resume all work and teaching online. It is called Open and Distance Learning, ODL. With ODL, both teachers and students can be together inside a classroom while working through their digital lessons. Various online platforms such as Google Meet, Webex, and Microsoft Teams are used for teachers and students to interact. Students work on their assessment at home while teacher checks in digitally with them. This sudden and new method of learning has left everyone in a state of frenzy. In this video, I will share with you the results of the interview that I have conducted about the teaching profession and challenges of 21st century teaching and learning process during the MCO. The first finding is about how some students do not take part in online class. Teachers are distressed when some of their students blatantly disregard online classes and refuse to give any reason whatsoever. Such obvious disinterest is truly worrying, as online classes are the only way for students and teachers to safely interact. To solve this problem, Madam Swarna has stated that teachers could contact their students personally and find out the reason why these students are not participating with the online lessons. My second finding is there are some students who has poor internet connection. This is truly unfortunate as these students wanted to study and learn, but their lack of good internet connection are disrupting their desire. To resolve it, both Madam Swarna and Mr. Hafizi strongly encouraged those students to reach out to their teachers and try to come up with a different way or alternative for them to stay on track with the rest of their classmates. For example, make use of online platforms such as WhatsApp, Telegram, and Google Classroom and upload a recording of the lessons there. My third finding, teachers find it difficult for them to keep on track on their students' work and monitor their progress. With only using online platforms to interact, teachers' involvement in their students' academic life are fairly restricted. Not to mention, it becomes quite easy for students to cheat or lie on any given assignment. To solve this issue, Mr. Hafizi has shared on how he would decide on a deadline on homeworks or any tasks so that his students will do it and submit it on time. My fourth finding is the lack of response from students during the class. In this case, everyone is present and accounted for. However, these students fail to respond appropriately to the teacher's questions. Instead, they choose to stay on mute and not interact with their classmates or their teachers at all. To solve this issue, teachers should call out their student's name and ask for an answer. That way, all students will pay attention to the lesson and they will be ready to answer any questions given. My last finding is that there are some students who do not have or own a compatible device. They have to borrow from their parents and share between their siblings. To resolve this issue and to not burden the students even more, teachers could try and give their students their assignments via WhatsApp or Telegram, whereby students can complete their assignments with minimum difficulties. I believe that is all from me. Thank you, Sir Kamarul, for the assignment and for guiding us through it. Before I end my video, I would like everyone to remember this. Real heroes don't wear capes, they teach. That is all. Thank you and have a good day, everyone.